Righto, let's look at Newcastle a bit more today. Fine and a good four. Good four, beautiful for Makita. Power through the season with Makita Power Garden and jockey Alicia Collett's going there. Welcome, Alicia.
You?
I'm well. I remember talking to you through COVID last year when there was all sort of lockdowns and you made the venture over and you just think, how will it go? Well, here you are. You're riding consistently well. You must be wrapped with it all.
Yeah, look, it's just been a little bit of work in progress, trying to get the backing of trainers and things like that. But yeah, it's going well and I just hope it continues.
I know it's all a bit different with COVID and the like, but are you getting around sort of track work and things to try and get your brand out there, I guess?
I live in a hotspot, so it's sort of difficult to get to track work. We do go to round work as many times as possible during the week, probably go twice.
Yep.
But other than that, we're doing a lot of race day riding at the moment, far away from home. So there's a lot of driving involved. So we're sort of more focusing on that.
It's not what I rang for, obviously. We're going to talk about your rides today. So living in a hot spot and still riding, you've obviously got to live yourself in your own little bubble.
Basically, you just go to the races and come home and get COVID tests, and that's really about it at the moment.
And how many COVID tests have you had? I went all gooey when I had one or two. How many have you had?
Funny you say that. I actually counted back yesterday, and I'd had 16 of them.
Oh, yeah. And do they get better?
No, you just sort of tell them, please not too hard. I want to be able to feel my brain, you know?
Yeah, no, exactly. That was the first one I had prior to the Magic Millions when we were sort of travelling up there. You sort of held your breath. I said to the person, just do it. Just do it. Get it over with. But no, we've all got used to them.
No.
Yeah, you've just got to do it.
Exactly.
Alicia, let's look at these rides today. You're riding a interesting debut in the first race trained by Chris Waller. Have you had much to do with Kutarati?
No, nothing at all. It's obviously only had the one trial and it ran really great sectionals in that trial. So if that's anything to go off, it should be very competitive in this race. Obviously, they think it's going to get a little bit of distance, starting at maiden 1,300 metres. Got a nice barrier, good weight, good speed in the race. We should be able to settle just in behind it. So it'll be interesting talking to Chris what his thoughts on the horse are.
Lafarag, I'll go with that and we'll see what it's officially called a little bit later. Peter and Paul Snowden horse here. Have you spoken to them about this 4-year-old?
Lafroig is his name.
Lafroig, okay, Lafroig.
I've had a couple of rides on this horse. I broke maidens on him. I get along with him very well. His last run, he was actually really unlucky. So he isn't a great beginner. He's always steady away. He's a horse that builds up into the race and has a lovely turn of foot. It is a mixed bunch of race, and you think it could probably win this race. But I definitely don't put him out of the mixture.
The 7-year-old mare Jallo gets onto a good track here. This time of the year, we start seeing horses coming off soft and heavies into good tracks.
Yeah, and she'll be one that'll be beneficial from that. She went a fantastic race first up, had a white barrier, went back and sprinted home really well. I think there's enough speed in this race. We can settle nicely in behind it. It's got great second up form. Looking forward to riding her.
Travelling Kate, you probably explored the New Zealand form a little bit, has come over for Brad Widdup, and the 2 runs have been good for a race like this.
Yeah, she's out of a Group 1 winning mare, Touch of Ruby. So I did have a look at the New Zealand runs. They've been riding it back here and it's been running home really well. I don't think they'll be changing that today, but it looks like it's progressive. Obviously, Brad does a great job with the horses and he knows them really well. So it'll be great to talk to him in a couple of hours and see what his thoughts on the filly are.
Well, it'll be interesting, the pattern because of Barrier 2, but it was so good being ridden back the other day at Kembla Grange.
Yeah, it definitely was. I think it's a lot better suited getting back, relaxing, and really having that one turn of foot in open space late. There is a little bit of pace in the race, but there's actually no lots. We might find ourselves a little bit handier, but I wouldn't be pushing to get there. I'd just be keeping it comfortable.
Windswept, you're right again here for Triple Crown. You rode it at Newcastle recently on a heavy track, so here's another one going on to a good 4 today.
Yeah, she won really impressively last start. She absolutely hated the track at Newcastle the day I rode her. It was near on bottomless that day. She's got a really beautiful barrier. There's a lot of speed in this race. I just expect her to be really launching late.
Okay, we're working through these. Peter and Paul, you've drawn a few nice barriers here today, haven't you?
A couple of wide ones, very wide ones, and a couple of midfield ones, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just the way it works out. What about your ride in race 6 here for Peter and Paul Snowden?
Look, this horse is in great form. I think Tommy Berry's sort of got the key to this horse. He's just been letting him find himself, holding him together and just really producing him the last 250 metres. It'd be interesting talking to Peter and Paul. I'm not too sure what they want to do from the barrier over the 900. I know there's going to be a lot of pace in it. I'm thinking they probably want me to let that go and just keep my horse in a comfortable rhythm.
Yep.
But it'll be very interesting. These 900-metre races, I know it's only one corner, but they can honestly come from anywhere. It's just they go 100 miles an hour.
And you've got to hold on for your breath and away you go. Conceited's come out of the last. So 6 rides, that'll keep you busy and we wish you the best with those. Alicia, I hope that it just continues. It sounds like you're putting in the hard yards, doing a lot of Ks out there to get some good rides. You're off to Scone tomorrow, we know, and then comes the weekend again. So keep safe and I hope you enjoy today.
Will do. Thank you very much.